Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be opening up a Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set booster box. Got our cool box topper here. Looks pretty badass. So let's get started. Get our blade out. Very cool artwork. Alright. Very exciting set. First artwork. I'm really gonna love the artwork on these. Beautiful. First, awesome looking planes. Really beautiful. Trainee, blocks becomes block, it's +1/+1, sort of like Prosciutto. Ancient Fang, 1/1 counter on it if you have a modified creature. 1/1 Death Touch, it's also a Snake Ninja equipment, or enchantment, excuse me. Interesting, all the green commons are together in the set boosters, that's cool. Deals damage equal to its power. The Preserver. Boon of Beseechu. XX, where X is the greatest mana value. Untap it. Very cool. 8/8 for 8 with Trample and Hexproof, as long as it's untapped. The Guide Pot. Draw a card. The Long Reach of Night. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they discard a card twice, and then it becomes an 0/4 with Menace. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X/+0, where X is the number of creature cards in defending player's graveyard. And a rare. This is actually a very powerful rare that I've seen. For 2 mana, it's a 4/3. Already good. Crew 2. So you can play it turn 2 and crew it turn 3. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it, and then it gains Menace. That is really powerful. And a foil rare, first pack. 2 heavens is 1. Very cool. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Very cool. Beautiful. I don't know that it's worth anything or not, so we'll just leave it for now. Put it here. Not a bad start. So basically we got green, black, and colorless in that kit. Looks like we might have a list card here. Another awesome artwork. Jungle Hollow instead of a fancy land. Or Samurai Frame, Vigilance. Whenever it attacks alone, you may cast target enchantment card from your graveyard this turn. It's really good. Uncommon. Another Prosciutto guy. So it's white-green, and then now we have red ones. Menace. Whenever it attacks alone, next spell you cast is 1 less. Target creature can't block when it enters. You are already dead. Really sweet card. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn, draw a card. But that's pretty powerful. Changing Torment. Now we're to green Story Weaver. 1/1 counter or lore counter, so you can add lore counters to Sagas. Story and Wisdom. Shattered States Errata. So you gain control of a creature, then your creatures until end of turn, and then your creatures get +1/+0. And I'm pretty sure it's a 3/3 Trample Haste. Yeah. A rare Kyoto the Silent Spider. 3 blue black for a 4/4 human ninja. When it enters the battlefield, exile target card other than a basic land card from an opponent's graveyard. Search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as this card and exile them. Then that player shuffles. For as long as you control this Kyotsi, you may play one of those exiled cards. You may spend mana of those. Wow, that's really good. Really cool. Ambitious Assault foil. And because there's double-sided cards. I thought it was a list card, but it ended up being one of those tokens. More beautiful artwork. And another beautiful land. A forest. Love it. I'm really in love with those lands. And the artwork in this set is just amazing. Samurai frame. Text alone. You may discard a card and draw a card. A fish. Pretty good card. Moon Snare prototype, tap an untapped artifact you control, or creature, and add a colorless. That's a pretty powerful effect. Network Terminal is a mana rock that can always tap another untapped artifact to draw a card and discard a card. Another Artificer. Mobilizer Mech. 2 mana for a 3/4 flying. Already good. Crew 3. Whenever it becomes crewed, up to one other target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Prodigy Prototype, 3/4 for 3. Whenever one or more vehicles you control attack, it creates a pilot. Really awesome. +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control, and then also the same thing there. Ooh, I got a commander card, looks like. Mojang of Towering Might, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana for an 8/8. With an indestructible counter, if you cast it from your hand, you can remove it to put 8 1/1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. They gain trampled on a turn. Damn. Really good. This commander card, 3/3 for 3, haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, if it doesn't have an indestructible counter on it, put an indestructible counter on it. Dealt to you, you may wish. Okay, not that great. And a Peerless Samurai. Foil art. Nice. That's cool alternate art. Foil Bloodfell Caves. Alternate art Death Touch Snake. Beautiful. Whenever it enters the battlefield, dies, put a 1 counter on a target creature or vehicle. Guy gets Death Touch, you have an artifact, and Menace if you have an enchantment. If you have an enchantment or artifact, you draw a card and gain a life. Twist Embrace is decent removal in limited. Enchant artifact or creature. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature or planeswalker, and as long as champion is a creature, it gets +1/+1. Shrine Stir, find some shrines. Whoa. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature or vehicle, gains vigilance. Becomes a 5/5 vigilance haste. March of the Swirling Mist. You can discard cards and make it cost 2 less. Up to X target creatures phase out. And a foil Era of Enlightenment. Beautiful. Another beautiful plains. Enters battlefield, put a 1/1 counter if you control a modified creature. This is a snake with ninjutsu. It deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It doesn't have a 1/1 counter. Prosperous Thief. Ninjutsu for 2, deals combat damage. Create treasures, very nice. Decoy. Song Shaper, Centipede, Force Ronin. 1 mana for a 2/2 with haste, and you bounce it back to your hand. Pretty good. Trample 3/3. Whenever it attacks alone, you may cast target artifact card from your graveyard this turn. Each opponent lose 1 life, gain 1 life, and then vehicles, I think. Menace, yeah, vehicles you control have menace. Another Storm's End. Oh, it's the first one. 4 mana for a 3/3. First strike. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, untap it. It's the first combat phase this turn. There is an additional combat phase after this. Nice. And another stalker. Beautiful. Lifelink. So this one, when it deals damage, put an artifact card mana value less than or equal to the damage from your hand onto the battlefield. Pretty good. Tamiyo's Completion, Tamiyo's Safekeeping. Wanderers, lots of flying and broker things. Spell Pierce is back. Haste, and 1/1 has haste. Modified equipment bonus. Azusa's Many Journeys, so based on Azusa the Lost. You play an additional land, gain 3 life, and then whenever it becomes blocked, untap 3 lands. Uprising, create X/2/2 samurai creature tokens with vigilance. They gain menace and haste. Each opponent creates X-1. And a beautiful full art Io the Dawn Sky. 3 white, 5/4 flying vigilance. When it dies, look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from them onto the battlefield. Or put 2 1/1 counters on each permanent you control as a creature or vehicle. Very cool. It's kind of a powerful effect. He's a 3/4 for 4, but when he attacks, he's a 1/1 unblockable. It's one of the signpost uncommons for this color. Enters the battlefield or attacks. If you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. Banishing Slash, sorcery, destroy up to 1 target artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. Then if you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a samurai. Not bad. Behold the Unspeakable. Creatures you don't control get -2, -0. Then if you have 1 or fewer cards, draw 4 cards, otherwise scry 2 and then draw 2. And then Flying Trample equal to the number of cards in your hand. The white Mojin from Commander has an indestructible counter as well. If you remove it, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token for each permanent you control. Cool. Scrapbolder. 2 in a red for a 3/3. Sack an artifact with mana value X. Return target artifact mana value less than X. From your battlefield that gains haste until end of turn. And a foil. Very cool. I haven't seen any list cards yet. Funny enough. Our Planeswalker, beautiful. Another foil. The same guy we got before. Spirited. This guy's really great. He's like the elf that draws you a card. Hellish Visionary. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Pretty good. Lifelink. Pump spell. Can't attack or block activated abilities, can't be activated. This guy's kind of like a blowout. 2 damage to any target and 1 damage to each non-artifact creature. You can get a lot of cards with this. Essence Capture, reprint. There we go. A mythic from the Commander set. The Really Faithful Dog. Whenever another legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on him. And he's got partner. Beautiful. And our first rare land. Nice, the white one. So you can pay 2 and a white and deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Very cool. And a foil spirited. Oh, there's a list card. Angels you cast cost 2 less to cast. Foil spirited companion. Bet you that's worth something, as this card's going to be really good. Ooh, look at that. That swamp is beautiful. Selfless Samurai, you can sack it to give target creature indestructible. Death Toucher again. 3/2 flying, crew 1. Samurai attacks alone, it gets +1/+1. Samurai attacks alone, you tap something. Menace. Whenever it attacks, return target creature converted mana cost X or less from the graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the number of modified creatures. A really good card. Ninja. So it's a 3 mana either way. Enters with a menace counter. Then you can, if it deals damage, you can remove a menace counter and choose a card and make them discard it. We can only do that once. Or, excuse me, exile that card. Pure Oath. Beautiful. Ooh, really beautiful. Full art foil island. Beautiful. Exile artifact or enchantment. Beautiful artwork there. Anchor to reality. You would sack an artifact or creature and then search your library for an equipment or vehicle. Put it onto the battlefield and shuffle. If it has mana value less than a sacrifice permanent's mana value, scry 2. Exile a creature. Everyone gains control of creatures you don't control. Whenever it dies, draw a card. Reckoner. Enters the battlefield with 3 charge counters on it. Pay 2, tap it, remove 1, then draw a card. Then if there are no charge counters on it, create a treasure token and a 1/1 pilot. Not bad at all. And a Moon Circuit Hacker foil. Cool. And the list card. All of our list cards from this set, interestingly. They say Sensei's Divining Top is now a list card. We'll see about that. Renegade Blade. This 1/1 is pretty good. Enormous Blade. So, just like the old artifact, you can +2/+2 on a creature, -1/-1 on another creature, or gain 2 life. You can do that twice, and then pay 1 life to add a black. Invoke the Winds. So 1 blue, 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 blue. Gain control of target artifact or creature, untap it. Alternate art. And a mythic. Very cool. At the beginning of your end step, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. If you do, return the chosen card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains. This permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it. Very nice. That's what the gold symbol looks like in this one. Beautiful forest. The Naturalist. 2/2 enchantment spells cost 1 less and has lifelink. Kami of Transcendence. 2 mana for a 2/2 with trample. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a 1 counter on it. Beginning of each end step, if an enchantment is put into a graveyard from the battlefield this turn, you may return this from the graveyard to your hand. The Energy Blade. It's a regular swamp. Ninjutsu for 4, it's 5/5. Ninjutsu, whenever target creature you control gains death touch and lifelink until end of turn. Whenever it enters the battlefield. Trample Haste. 7/7 Trample Haste, crew 2 for 7. This thing's pretty good. 3 mana, crew 1, vigilance 4/3. For Shrine, first strike at the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 when you do. Deals X damage to target player or planeswalker with X number of shrines you control. Death Touch, another shrine. 1, you can pay 1, and when you do, destroy target creature with toughness X or less, where X is the number of shrines. Target 1/1 and flying. Flyer. Our Mythic Saga, very cool. 1 in Wooburg. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls. Return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then each opponent discards a card. Okay, that's all of them. And this comes back to 6/6. That's all colors. Flying trample. Whenever attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard. Return that card to your hand. Gets +X/+0 until where X is the mana value. Wow, pretty good. And a foil of that same flyer. Isn't that beautiful island again? It's pretty good. Red, when you play it, you can exile the top card and play it. Then pay 2 in a red, make a samurai and do the same thing, and sacrifice it. Whenever discard a card, you may exile it from your graveyard if you do play it this turn. Also really good. There's for knowledge. Farewell, one of the best new removal spells there is. 4 white, choose 1 or all of them basically, or any of them. Exile artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or graveyards. And a foil, Storm's Edge, very cool. And a rare from the list. Comes into play, you gain 3 life for each artifact you control. Not bad. A lot of mana for that thing. Quite the rare you're looking for, but you know. Discover the impossible. This guy's a limited bomb, 6/5. Flying Ward 2. He has 2 different channels. You can regrowth or you can bounce something. Search for forests, land into your hand, and then it's equal to the number of lands you control. Pretty good blue one. Return up to 1 target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Return artifact card from your graveyard to your hand if you can't draw a card. It becomes a 3/3 flying. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value as that spell until on a turn. And a foil, Behold the Unspeakable. And another list rare, Cloud Key. Nice. Here's the Kiki Jiggy. Wrath. Ooh, another Mythic Dragon, the green one. 3 green for a 4/4 flying Death Touch. When it dies, search your library for 3 lands. Any lands. Or create X green spirit creature tokens where X is the number of lands you control. Not bad. Another touch around the foil. Blossom Prancer, reach 4/4. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, reveal a creature or enchantment card, put into your hand. Rest in the bottom of the library in random order. If you didn't, you still gain 4 life. Pretty good. Ooh, the blue one in full art, beautiful. 6 mana for a 6/6 flying ward 3. When it dies, return any number of target non-land permanents total mana value 6 or less to their owner's hands. Or mill 6, then return up to 2 instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Awesome. And another mythic, 2 mythics. Blade of the Ani, 2 mana for a 3/1 menace. Quick creature has base power, toughness 5/5, has menace, and has a black demon in addition to its other colors and types. 2 and 2 black to reconfigure. That was a good pack. Emergence, Fury, Defender. This one cares about spend this mana when I cast creature spells of the chosen type, so you choose a creature type. This guy, when he enters the battlefield, return a target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If it would die, exile it. 1 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control. Whenever you cast your next creature spell this turn, creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. 2/2 haste. If this creature dealt damage by a source you control would die, exile instead. Another 2/2. For 2, that gives equipped creature +2/+2. Whenever it or equipped creature does combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, discard your hand and draw 3. Not bad. Beautiful swamp. This guy's really good. 3/4 for crew 2. Whenever it attacks, not even has to get in. Return target creature or vehicle card, converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Samurai. And we got the Kiki Jiki card. Create a 2/2 goblin with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure. You may discard up to 2 cards. If you do draw that many cards, then create its own little Kiki Jiki. Pay 1, create a token. That's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control. It has haste, sacrifice it. Being at the next instant. Very cool. Damn you. New counter spell. Virus Beetle enters the battlefield, discard a card. The blue shrine, pay 1, you may mill X, or target player mill. The white shrine, pay 1, make a colorless spirit. Draw a card, discard a card twice, and then you got a 2/3 flyer. Lion Slash, sort of like the ooze. 1 and a white for a 1/1, pay 1 white, exile a card from a graveyard. It can be anyone, instead of, it doesn't have to be creatures. If it was a permanent card though, put a 1/1 counter on it. Creature gets +1/+1 for each counter. And a foil virus. And the list is invisibility. Beautiful island. Hot Springs. Here's the red one. Remove the indestructible counter to 7 damage to each of up to 3 targets. Crazy. Cloud Steer Kern. Very cool. 3 mana for a 3/2 flying, and then if you equip it for 5, equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Eater of Virtue. 1 mana for a legendary artifact equipment. Whenever a equipped creature dies, exile it. Gets +2/+0. As long as the card exiled with it has flying, same as you will have flying, same as true as first strike, double strike, etc. Very, very cool. Wow. Okay. We got the commander card, a full art, alternate art, rare, a regular rare, and a foil rare. Okay, great pack. Invoke Despair, 1 black, 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 black. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Then repeat this process for enchantment and planeswalker. Crazy. Beautiful. Springleaf Avenger. It's got ninjutsu for a 6/5. Does combat damage to player, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Really good. Foil Swamp. Life Pause. When an aura enters the battlefield under your control. If you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to it, with different name. Then each aura you control, put that card into the battlefield and attach it. And a list card, first strike, attacking creatures you control again, first strike. Beautiful full art foil swamp. One of the red cards. Remember, creature types alone. If it's one, you can exile the top card and play it. Ruthless Technomancer. It's a commander card. Enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, create a number of treasure tokens equal to its power. 2 and a black, sacrifice X artifacts, return target creature with X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Interesting combo. 1/1 double strike, equipped creature has double strike. And another list cracking card. Beautiful mountain. River of Harmony, other enchantments. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Pay a green, copy target activated or triggered ability you control from enchantment source. Choose new copy, new targets. A sphere. Another mountain. One mana for this guy is really good for a 1/2. Second artifact creature, draw a card. Evoke the agents, the green one. Create 2 4/5 spirit creature tokens. For each of them, you can either choose a vigilance, a reach, or trample counter. And the white foil samurai. Very nice. You can cast target enchantment card from your graveyard if you attack alone. Living Lore, 2 mana for a 1/3, put a lore counter each saga. Then when it dies, choose one return saga or enchantment you control to its owner's hand, or return target saga from your graveyard to your hand. Soul Transfer, choose one. If you control an artifact or enchantment, you may do both. Exile target creature or planeswalker, or return target creature from your, or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a 1 counter target creature. It's going to be pretty good. There's our 10/10 Mick. Another beautiful mountain. Green shrine, put a 1/1 counter on target shrine for each shrine you control. Ooh, another forest in the middle there. Interesting. And the white one. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value X. And our final pack. That's cool, I got 2 lands out of that one. Thousand Face Shadow. Ninjutsu, flying. Enters the battlefield from your hand. If it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. Also enters tapped and attacking. And a green foil shrine. All right, everybody. Those are the sweet cards. Thanks for watching.